Hi everyone, welcome back to DGMZ, Diwane Galib, Meri Zubani. To all our returning viewers, we are very happy you could join us again. And to the new viewers, we are delighted you discovered the podcast and decided to tune in for the first time. Now, if you were with me in the previous episode, you know that currently we are going through Ghazal 26 from Diwane Galib, Garna Andohe Shabe Furqat Bayan Ho Jayega. Today we are going to pick the last couplet of the ghazal, the Makta of the ghazal. And this will be the 9th couplet. We already have the 8 couplets posted for your listening pleasure. So as always, I'm going to read the couplet first. We'll do a quick approximate translation, get into the keywords, key concepts, and finally the DGMZ impression of the couplet. So, this is how it goes. फायदा क्या सोच, फायदा क्या सोच, आखिर तू भी दाना है असद. फायदा क्या सोच, आखिर तू भी दाना है असद. दोस्ती नादा की है, जी का जिया हो जाएगा. So, the approximate translation is, what is there to gain from it? Think. Love that. Think. After all, you are also a wise one, Asad. And the poet is referring to himself. Second line. Dosti nada ki hai, ji ka ziyan ho jayega. It is a friendship of the ignorant one. And this will lead to the loss of your heart, your soul. So that is the approximate translation. Let's start picking the keywords. Faida. Common word, we still use it in our day-to-day language. What it translates to is benefit, profit, gain, some kind of advantage, something with a positive outcome. इस पर बशीर बद्र का शेर, नाम पानी पे लिखने से क्या फायदा, नाम पानी पे लिखने से क्या फायदा, लिखते लिखते तेरे हाथ थक जाएंगे. Beautiful couplet. The approximate translation is, what is the benefit, what is the gain in writing your name on water? All that will happen is that your hands will get tired writing the name again and again and again. जिगर मुरादाबादी का ये शेर, बेफायदा अलम नहीं, बेकार गम नहीं, तौफीक दे खुदा तो ये नियमत भी कम नहीं. So the approximate translation is, it is not without gain, this affliction, this torment, this pain. And it is not without purpose, this grief, this misery. Because if God gives you the divine guidance, gives you the divine grace, gives you the divine favor, then even these things are blessings. Are blessings. मीर तकी मीर का ये शेर, तदबीर मेरे इश्क की क्या फ़ायदा ताबीब, तदबीर मेरे इश्क की क्या फ़ायदा ताबीब, अब जाँ ही के साथ ये अज़ार जाएगा. So the approximate translation is, medicine for my love, cure for my love, remedy for my love. What gain, what benefit does it have, O doctor? Because now I know that this love sickness will only get cured when it leaves the world with me. There is no cure for this. So, doctor, there is no benefit, there is no advantage in you treating me. Okay, so that takes care of faida. Let's move to the next word, dana. Dana is a beautiful word. What it translates to is someone wise, someone learned. इस पे मिर्ज़ा गालिब का शेर, हम कहाँ के दाना थे, किस हुनर में यकता थे, बेसबब हुआ गालिब दुश्मन आसमां अपना. Approximate translation, who said, right, that we were the wise one, or I was the wise one? Where was it ever said that I was the wise one? Where was it ever said that I am great in the talent that I have? I do not understand why the entire heaven, the entire universe kind of conspired against me, right? And sent so much bad luck my way. I don't remember ever claiming that I was very talented or I was very wise. I don't know why I just kind of irritated the heavens above, and they became my enemy. They just decided to gang against me. Beautiful couplet actually. Whenever it comes for an impression, of course we'll try to do justice to it. Ibn Insha का ये शेर, दिल की बात छुपानी मुश्किल लेकिन खूब छुपाते हो, बन में दाना शहर के अंदर दीवाने कहलाते हो. Again, a beautiful couplet. The approximate translation is, it is so difficult to hide what is in your heart, but you do it very well. In the wilderness, ban mein, right? In the wilderness, in the jungles, you are addressed as the sage, as the wise one, and in the town, you are addressed as the crazy one. And of course, the Majnu story playing in the background of the couplet, right? So in the wilderness, Majnu was the wise one, was the epitome and embodiment of love itself. But in the town where humanity resided, he was called the crazy one. And then this last one, Pandit Daya Shankar Naseem Lucknow का शेर, अश्क दाना है तो नजरों से ना गिर, अश्क दाना है तो नजरों से ना गिर, दामन इस धब्बे से नादां भरे. What a lovely couplet, right? So the approximate translation is, if the tear in your eye is wise, if the tear in your eye holds wisdom, then do not let it drop from your eyes. Do not let it drip down from your eyes, because the cloak or the clothes are drenched with tears of people who are unwise. Nadan, people who are ignorant, people who are innocent, people who are unaware. Wise people do not let the tear shed from their eyes. By extension, they do not indulge in public display of grief, right? They do not let anyone see their tears. It is only the innocent or the ignorant who let the tear shed from the eye. Beautiful couplet. So that takes care of Dana. Moving on to Nada. Dana, Nada. That is the contrast of the couplet actually. So Nada translates to ignorant, somebody who is not learned about something, a simpleton, innocent, and at times when very intense, somebody foolish, right? So Nada has use and ranges to it. इस पे अहमद फराज का ये शेर, दिल ये कहता है कि शायद है फसुर्दा तू भी, दिल की क्या बात करे, दिल तो है नादा जाना. The approximate translation is, the heart insists that probably you are equally sad, you are equally grieved, you are equally depressed. But this is something that the heart says, and heart being the ignorant one, being the unaware one, well, it's difficult to trust what it says. So, though the heart insists that you are as grieved and sad as I am, it is a little difficult for me to believe that. सादुल्ला शाह का ये शेर, मुझसा कोई जहां में नादां भी ना हो, करके जो इश्क कहता है नुकसान भी ना हो. Again, another couplet that will tie very well into the vibe of today's share, right? So the approximate translation is, I wish that there never ever exists someone as ignorant and as innocent and as unaware like me. Someone who will say that they want to fall in love and then also go ahead and say that they do not want to incur any losses in the process of falling in love. साहिल लुधियानवी का ये शेर, जुर्म उल्फत पे हमें लोग सज़ा देते हैं, कैसे नादां हैं शोलों को हवा देते हैं. One of my favorite songs. I think the movie is it's one of those मुमताज़ थी और वो I forget. If I remember, I will put the song for you in the end screen for your viewing pleasure. Okay, coming back to the translation of the couplet. जुर्मे उल्फत पे हमें लोग सज़ा देते हैं, कैसे नादा हैं शोलों को हवा देते हैं. On the committing of the sin of love, people decide that they are going to punish me. People decide to punish me for committing the sin of love. These people are so ignorant. They are so unaware that what they are going to actually do when they punish me is that they are going to just increase the intensity of my love and passion. So, though they are making the effort to curb it, silence it, dampen it, slow it, what they will inadvertently land up doing is just intensify it. And then last one on Nada, Mir Taki Mir ka, याद उसकी इतनी खूब नहीं मीर बाजा. Cute one. याद उसकी इतनी खूब नहीं मीर बाजा, नादा फिर वो जी से भुलाया ना जाएगा. So the approximate translation is, her memory is not that great. Mir, stop. Her memory is not that great. It's not that soul enriching, right? It is not that satiating. Stop, Mir, stop. O ignorant one, O unaware one, if you start remembering her, then let me warn you, it will become impossible to forget. So stop indulging in her memory. Beautiful couplet, we quote it many times. Clearly, we it's our favorite. Okay, moving on to the next word, G. छोटी सी बात, right? G. G translates to heart. So इस पे उबैदुल्लाह अलीम का ये शेर, अजीज इतना ही रखो कि जी संभल जाए, अब इस कदर भी ना चाहो कि दम निकल जाए. Approximate translation is, keep them only so much dear that you still can take care of your heart, still can control your heart. Do not go ahead and make them so dear to yourself that they become capable of almost pulling your life and your soul out of you. So what is that word? Calibrate. Yes, calibrate how dear you make someone to you, right? Just make them dear enough that you still retain control over your heart. Don't make them so dear to you that they are able to pull the life and soul out of you. So that's a good one. Nasir Kazmi का ये शेर, जी जलाता हूं और सोचता हूं, रायगा ये हुनर ना जाए कहीं. Approximate translation is, I am burning my heart. I am setting my heart on fire. And while I am doing that, I am wondering, I am thinking, I hope this talent of mine of setting my heart on fire does not go waste. It has the impact that I desire. एंड देन लास्ट वन, इफ्तिकार आरिफ का ये शेर, ख्वाब की तरह बिखर जाने को जी चाहता है, ऐसी तन्हाई की मर जाने को जी चाहता है. अप्रॉक्सीमेट ट्रांसलेशन, जस्ट लाइक अ ड्रीम आई वॉन्ट टू स्प्लिंटर एंड स्कैटर अवे. My heart desires to splinter and scatter away, just like a dream. Such is my loneliness that my heart desires to kill. My heart desires that I be dead. Such is the deep loneliness. Okay, so that takes care of G. Moving on to Zia. I think we are, I don't know, I'm not sure. Probably using the word first time at DGMZ via the couplet we are creating impression for, but might be mistaken. Anyway, Zia translates to loss, damage, injury. The contrast with the that word, right? क्या है यहाँ पे? फायदा, right? So this couplet starts with फायदा and the couplet ends with Zia. ब्यूटी देख रहे हैं आप? मीनिंग वगैरह तो छोड़ दो, द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द कपलेट इज माइंड ब्लोइंग. स्टार्ट्स विद फायदा, लैंड्स एट लॉस. अपने आप में कितनी सॉलिड मैसेजिंग उसमें, राइट? एनीवे, कितनी तारीफ करें, राइट? लेट्स गेट बैक टू द इम्प्रेशन. सो इस पे उबैदुल्ला अलीम का शेर है, यूं भी जिया और यूं भी जिया है, यूं भी जिया और यूं भी जिया, जी जाओ तो क्या, मर जाओ तो क्या. अप्रॉक्सीमेट ट्रांसलेशन है, इट्स अ लॉस दिस वे एंड इट इज अ लॉस दैट वे, वेदर यू लिव वेदर यू डाई. इट्स अ लॉस दिस वे, इट्स अ लॉस दैट वे. एंड देन परवीन शाकिर का ये बहुत प्यारा शेर, जीतने में भी जहां जी का जिया पहले से है, जीतने में भी जहां जी का जिया पहले से है, ऐसी बाजी हारने में क्या खसारा देखना. सो द अप्रॉक्सीमेट ट्रांसलेशन इज, वेयर आई एम गोइंग टू लूज माई हार्ट अप फ्रंट इवन व्हेन आई विन इट. Where I am going to lose my heart up front even if I win it, losing such a gamble. Why should I even think about loss and damage and things like that? Because the victory itself is about losing my heart. Then forget about the defeat. I am not going to worry about it. When the victory is about losing something, then the defeat can have any damage, right? I mean, either way, जैसे वो पहला शेर है, यू भी जिया और यू भी जिया, right? So that is a lovely one from Parveen Shakir. Okay, that takes care of all the key words. Let's dive into the impression. फायदा क्या सोच, फायदा क्या सोच, आखिर तू भी दाना है असद. फायदा क्या सोच जब पढ़ रहे थे तो इट्स लाइक दैट डेटा ड्रिवन cost benefit analysis, right? फायदा क्या सोच, right? फायदा क्या सोच, and सोच is like think, calculate, analyze. What is the gain? What is the profit? What is the advantage? In the first line, there are so many high points that we want to cover, and to facilitate, we will break the first line into few sections and pick them one by one. So, right, like I said, फायदा क्या? What's in it for me? What's in it for me mindset kicks off the first line, and that's how Ghalib starts it. Is there any gain? Is there any benefit? Is there any advantage? It is a genuine question Ghalib seems to be asking himself as he tries to identify any possible benefit, any possible gain he will receive from the transaction, and we will get into the transaction later. And like I said, सोच, right? And ये गालिब का again एक बड़ा प्यारा स्टाइल था. You must have noticed it, but we thought it is worth highlighting it. These are called action words, right? Or action verbs. He used to command either himself or the beloved or even the reader for that matter, right? So here the command or the action verb is सोच, think. It's not a filler. आपको उनका you must वो उनका जो शेर है ना, सुन ए गारते जिनसे वफा सुन ए गारते जिनसे वफा सुन, शिकस्ताए दिल के टूटने की सदा क्या, something like that. I don't have it handy with me, but सुन twice in the same couplet. फिर उनका एक और वो शेर था, मैं जामिन देख इधर मैं जामिन. So देख, सुन, सोच, it just adds beauty and it just connects with you. It just has that, it just establishes that action dynamic with the reader, right? That order that he's giving, that command that he's giving for action. And here the command is to himself, सोच. Do not go into this without thinking. सोच. And सोच क्या, कि फायदा क्या है इसमें? What is the फायदा? And then of course, so the first part is फायदा क्या, second part is सोच, and the third part of the first line is आखिर तू भी दाना है असद. Now, we have heard it so many times in movies, in songs, that lovers are considered to be fools, right? Many times they are addressed as foolish for falling in love. And we just loved when we were creating the impression how Ghalib challenges that incorrect myth, right? तू भी दाना है असद. The lover is not a fool. He is not a fool. He is not a fool, and it's just an endearing statement by Ghalib where he is showing the play of his wise self and his lover self, right? They are both playing inside him. He is a very wise person. दुनिया देखी हुई है, दुनिया समझी हुई है, aware, right? Very aware, very wise. But in the first line, Ghalib is challenging the lover inside him by reminding him that, well, you are not just a lover, are you? You are also a wise man, a man of wisdom. So think, soch, analyze, use that brain, and do not lead with heart alone. Do not lead with heart alone. And the tug of war between the heart and the mind of the lover is brought out beautifully in the first line. So, beautifully articulated line, action verb, फायदा क्या, and then that तू भी तो दाना है असद. अपने आप से कह रहे तू बेवकूफ़ तो नहीं है. दुनिया चाहे तुझे समझे बेवकूफ़ just because you are a lover, but you know how wise you are. Asad, you know that you are not ignorant, you are not stupid, you are not foolish. So think, Asad, stop, pause and think. Moving on to the second line. दोस्ती नादां की है, जी का ज़ियां हो जाएगा. Dosti. It starts with dosti. Of course, dosti translates to friendship. And we know that friendship on its own is a very powerful concept, right? It's a very powerful concept. But in Urdu poetry, dosti comes with interesting nuances and interpretations that can range from a dear acquaintance to a dear friend to a dear lover. And that adds both complexity and interest to the word dosti when it comes through in Urdu poetry. At DGMZ, we in fact love the way Urdu poetry blends beautifully the emotion of friendship and love. Right? A love that has friendship at its foundation is so much more stronger, so much more resilient than the love that doesn't have friendship at its foundation. So the way Urdu poetry just blends, many times the lover will initiate the conversation, will seek friendship with the beloved first, right? Does not go straight into love. Pehle dosti, right? And then that dosti with the undertone of love and romance and पैशन. इस पे बशीर बद्र का ये शेर, मोहब्बतों में दिखावे की दोस्ती ना मिला. बहुत प्यारा शेर है. मोहब्बतों में दिखावे की दोस्ती ना मिला, अगर गले नहीं मिलता तो हाथ भी ना मिला. Approximate translation is, in love, do not mix fake friendship. If you are not willing to embrace me, then do not even shake hands with me. Right? Because in love, the love and the friendship should be 100%. You cannot say you love me and have fake friendship with me. Friendship probably can exist without love, but love existing without friendship or with fake friendship is a little tricky. It's a little tricky. Now, coming back to our couplet. So, is this friendship or love? Or a blend of both friendship and love? Well, we took a clue from the word G in this couplet. As you know, G is heart. So the fact that Ghalib brings heart in the dynamic, in the equation, in the couplet, leads to a very strong, safe assumption that yes, here dosti is that blend of friendship and love. Moving on to nada. So dosti nada ki hai. So this friendship / love is with a nadan person, an ignorant, unaware person. Nada, just like dosti, comes with layers. It comes with intensities, if you may. And these can range from innocence to ignorance and outright foolish. Now, here is an honest confession. And you as DGMZ viewers know, we share our trials and tribulations of creating these impressions with you. Wherever we get stuck, we share it with you because we think that is also an insight you have a right to, right? So this is the word we struggled with the most in today's couplet. Now, on the surface, it was very easy to contrast dana, which is wise one, and nada, the foolish one, right? It would be very simple and it would make sense. One person is wise and the other one is foolish. But we just could not get convinced about the fact that Ghalib in this couplet is projecting the beloved as an outright foolish person. We just could not get comfortable with that fact. We were not convinced. One of the major reasons for that is that we have gone through enough ghazals, right, to know that the lover holds the beloved in high esteem. Even in this ghazal, there were so many couplets where we got to see Ghalib highlighting those amazing attributes of the beloved that make her so coveted, so desired, right? We all know that the lover does not fall in love willy-nilly without thinking, with just a dumb, pretty face, right? That's not how it works. The beloved comes to the table with qualities and attributes that go beyond just a pretty, dumb face, right? The beloved has an essence to her. She has a vibe to her which is very unique, very surreal, very out of this world. सीमान नावेद का ये शेर, यार की यारी से हमको है गरज, यार तो दाना भी है नादान भी है. Approximate translation is, all I'm interested is in befriending this friend. And again, with that connotation of love. Because this friend is the wise one, this friend is the ignorant one. And referring to the beloved, that she comes with wisdom and she comes with ignorance and innocence. All I'm interested is that I get a chance to befriend her. All I'm interested in is that I get a chance to befriend her. एंड शेख जहरुद्दीन हातिम का ये शेर, कहीं मस्त तो कहीं होशियार है वो, कहीं दाना कहीं नादा हुआ है. द अप्रॉक्सीमेट ट्रांसलेशन इज, there are places where she is totally euphoric and intoxicated, and then there are places where she is very clever, very alert. At times she is the wise one, at times she is the ignorant or innocent one. So all these couplets capture or kind of re-emphasize our thought process, right? That no, the beloved is not foolish. She's not stupid. She's not dumb. Now, if she's not foolish, she's not stupid, she's not dumb, then what is this nada in the second line? Well, we did a quick research. Merriam-Webster dictionary, right? It defines ignorant as someone lacking knowledge or comprehension of the specified thing. Innocent is defined as someone who is free from guilt or sin, especially because of the lack of knowledge of evil. And lastly, foolish is a person who lacks judgment or prudence. And clearly in those definitions, right, they are a good guide, wherein you can figure out that the beloved actually falls under the innocent, ignorant bucket, right, where there is a lack of knowledge, which does not allow the beloved to get understanding about a specific concept or about a specific thing. Foolish, on the other hand, is not something that applies to her, which is a person lacking in judgment or prudence. Beloved is very wise in terms of judgment and prudence. It is a lack of knowledge. Now, lack of knowledge of what? Right? So the clue for that also came from the word G, heart. Right? So this ignorance that the beloved has, this innocence at times that the beloved has, is about the ways of heart, is about the ways of love. She is not familiar, not well versed, and not a believer probably of the ways of heart, the ways of love. फिराक गोरखपुरी का ये शेर, भूल बैठी वो निगाहे नाज अहदे दोस्ती, उसको भी अपनी तबीयत का समझा बैठा था मैं, और समझ बैठे थे हम. So the approximate translation is, she forgot those glorious glances, she forgot those promises of friendship. I mistakenly had assumed that she had the same temperament that I did, the same understanding that I did. But clearly she did not, because she forgot everything conveniently. unaware about it. But I had incorrectly assumed as a lover that she was having the same wisdom, the same awareness, the same temperament as I do. वो गालिब का शेर याद आ रहा है, दिले नादां तुझे हुआ क्या है, आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है, हमको उनसे है वफा की उम्मीद जो नहीं जानते वफा क्या है. That ignorance, right? That unawareness, not very aware, not very learned about the ways of love, the ways of loyalty, the ways of friendship. Either because not exposed to it or just ignorant about it. Ghalib captures tactfully in this second line that the beloved, because of her unawareness and ignorance about the ways of heart and ways of love, lacks the wisdom, lacks the understanding. दाग दहलवी का ये शेर, मतलब की कह रहे हैं वो दाना हम ही तो हैं, मतलब की पूछते हो वो नादां तुम ही तो हो. Approximate translation is, I am talking what matters. I am the wise one, talking about what matters. You are questioning what matters. You are that ignorant one that is questioning what matters. And this is where the lover and the beloved differ. The only wisdom that the lover has that probably does not exist at the beloved's end is this wisdom. ये जो दानाई है आशिक की, that is this wisdom, the ways of heart, the ways of love. And that ignorance, that unawareness that exists at the beloved's end is of this wisdom. And because she is so ignorant about it, because she is so unaware about it, unlike the lover, she does not have the keen desire to prioritize or participate in the transaction of love. And totally off the couplet, but in a few ghazals from Ghalib, we have seen those hints where the lover, in his journey of unrequited love, will make those efforts to transform the beloved, to make her aware, to make her a little less ignorant, to make her a little less unaware of the ways of heart and the ways of love. Okay, now moving on to the last part of the second line, जी का ज़ियां हो जाएगा, the big loss. Right? जी का ज़ियां, the big loss, the loss of lover's heart. By extension, no benefit, no return on investment, transactionally speaking, on the giving away of heart. He will not get any returns on it. And that is why the giving away of heart will be a big loss. Ghalib describes the high price the lover is going to pay with during this transaction of love, right? Because he is going to pay with his heart and will get no return for it. No return for it. मरूफ राय बरेलवी का ये शेर, कोई हमसे छीन ना पाता ये दौलत आसानी से, हीरे जैसा दिल खोया है अपनी ही नादानी से. ब्यूटिफुल कपलेट, पूरी वाइब आज के शेर की कैप्चर करता है ये कपलेट. द अप्रॉक्सीमेट ट्रांसलेशन इज, नो वन कुड हैव एवर टेकन अवे फोर्सफुली दिस treasure of mine easily. No one could have taken it away forcefully. This treasure of mine, this heart, which was like a diamond itself, I have lost it voluntarily because of my ignorance and unawareness. It's my innocence actually, in which I have lost this heart voluntarily. Otherwise, let me tell you, no one could ever take it away from me forcefully. I lost it voluntarily. मीरसोस का ये शेर, मैं अपने हाथ अपने दिल को खोया, खुदावंदा मैं क्यों आशिक हुआ था. Approximate translation is, with my own hands I gave it away. Oh God, why did I ever fall in love and become a lover? Because that made me give away my heart with my own hands. So that takes care of the second line, दोस्ती नादां की है जी का जिया हो जाएगा. Now let's take a step back and look at the couplet in totality, just to enjoy it, right? Both lines together. So the couplet brings out some strong significant messages for the reader. Number one, contrary to the popular belief, there are no fools in the transaction of love. We might hear a lot of songs about it and stories about it, but there are no fools in the transaction of love. Both the lover and the beloved are not fools. The question is, who is wiser and who is ignorant about the ways of heart and love? That's the only difference in terms of wisdom, right? Which plays out very significantly. Who is wise and aware of the ways of heart and love? Who is not? Number two, the tug of war between the heart and the mind of the lover lies at the core of the couplet. Ghalib beautifully captures the conflict between the warm, vibrant feelings of a love-filled heart clashing with the rational-based calculations of a sharp mind. The lover has both. The lover has both a sharp mind and a heart filled with love. What a combo, deadly combo. Deadly combo, right? And both work in him. Both pull him in opposite directions, and Ghalib captures that beautifully. But in DGMZ's humble opinion, the beauty of the couplet does not lie in the said, but actually in the unsaid. Ghalib has this unique style where at times he will lay out in vivid detail a whole scenario of what could possibly happen and then use that to drive home the message that this will never happen. It's an amazing style, and we have seen it many times. He will use the entire couplet to paint a canvas for you of a hypothetical scenario of something that is happening, only to drive home the message that, well, all this that I told you is never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But yeah, if you ever want to imagine that hypothetical scenario where it could happen, here it is. But remember, never gonna happen. So that's exactly what he does in today's couplet. In this couplet, Ghalib uses the entire couplet to detail how the lover will keep getting warnings, right, from his brain to not indulge in a transaction that will result in huge losses. The huge loss of the most precious commodity the lover has, his heart. The whole couplet is about that. Don't soch. Stop, think, right? Don't do it. And then Ghalib, in his unsaid way, uses this detailed description to drive home the message that despite all these warnings, for the lover, the decision will always be to voluntarily discard and ignore all cost-benefit analysis given to him by his brain, his smart brain, and make the decision to lead with his love-filled heart. Go ahead and make the transaction of love. That is the message. No lover goes into love thinking that it is going to be a profitable transaction. No lover goes into love with his brain telling him, go ahead, do it, best decision ever. No, every lover enters into this love dynamic with the warnings and the red flags and all the triggers firing full on. This is not going to work. This is yeah. No guarantee. This can go this can go downhill pretty fast. And yet he chooses to do that. जुनून ने दौलते दिल को निसार कर डाला, पुकारती ही रही अकल कायनात गई. शमीम कारहानी का शेर. जुनून ने दौलते दिल को निसार कर डाला, पुकारती ही रही अकल कायनात गई. Approximate translation is passion took the treasures of heart and just gave them away. Just gave them away fully and freely. The brain kept calling. पुकारती ही रही अकल. The brain kept warning. The brain kept calling. कायनात गई. The entire universe of the lover was just given away. Given away. Freely, fully. So this is what is going to happen. But Ghalib paints a very vivid picture of the events before this, right? All the warnings, all the analysis. The mind will never allow to make decisions that are a loss. It will always trigger warnings of self-protection. It requires a heart filled with love and passion to summon the courage and strength that is needed to make a decision that will lead to loss. A transaction that has no guarantees of returns and benefits. ये काम सिर्फ दिल ही कर सकता है. A heart filled with love is the only thing that can make you do this. The mind will never allow it. The mind will never allow it. निदा फाजली का ये शेर, दिल में ना हो जुर्रत तो मोहब्बत नहीं मिलती. दिल में ना हो जुर्रत तो मोहब्बत नहीं मिलती. खैरात में इतनी बड़ी दौलत नहीं मिलती. The approximate translation is, if you do not have the courage and strength in your heart, you will never receive love. This type of riches, like that of love, are not riches that are given away in alms, is not the type of riches that will be given to you just in charity without you doing nothing for it. Nope. Doesn't work that way. दिल में जुर्रत चाहिए. The wisdom or danai of the matter is that love is not transactional. That is the wisdom. Love to begin with is not a transaction. And the nadani or the ignorance of the matter is that people try to execute love as a transaction. So the wisdom is, it is not a transaction. The ignorance is that you still try to treat it like a transaction. In DGMZ's humble opinion, this is the exact danai and nadani that Ghalib is highlighting in the couplet. That love is not a transaction. And if you are treating it like a transaction, then you are innocent, ignorant, because it is not. Ismail Merathi का ये शेर, इस्माइल मेरठी का ये शेर, दोस्ती और किसी गरज के लिए, दोस्ती और किसी गरज के लिए वो तिजारत है, दोस्ती ही नहीं. So the approximate translation is, friendship with a vested interest is actually business and not friendship. It's actually a trade and not friendship. हस्ती मल हस्ती का ये शेर, दोस्त पे करम करना और हिसाब भी रखना, दोस्त पे करम करना और हिसाब भी रखना कारोबार होता है, दोस्ती नहीं होती. Approximate translation, doing favors for your friend and then keeping a track record of them, keeping a log of them. Now that is not friendship. That, my dear, is a transaction. That, my dear, is business. इकबाल साजिद का ये शेर, जिसने समझा हो हमेशा दोस्ती को कारोबार, दोस्तों वो तो किसी का दोस्त हो सकता नहीं. Approximate translation: the one who has always treated friendship like a business, like a transaction. Dear friends, this person can never be a friend to anyone. The wise lover, in his wisdom of the ways of heart and ways of love, knows that what might seem as a loss on the surface is in fact the key to the richest treasure ever to exist. Treasure no amount of money can buy. जोश मलियाबादी का ये शेर, तमाम दौलत दुनिया और दीन पे भारी है वो दिल जो बस्ताए हुब ए अनाम है साकी. The approximate translation is, it is more richer than the entire wealth of world and religion and wisdom coupled together. That heart which harbors the bundle of love for everyone, for the unknown, for the unfamous, for anything and everything. That one single heart can make the wealth of all the worlds, all the religions, all the wisdoms that exist pale in front of it. That one single heart that has unconditional love for the unknown, for the downtrodden, for anything and everything. That is the power. अबीदा करामत का ये शेर, जो भी मिला था दौलत दिल उस पे वार दी, रखा ना कोई मैंने खजाना संभाल के. Approximate translation: whoever I met, I generously splurged the wealth of my heart on them. I was not the type who would save riches and treasures. This was the wealth I had, wealth of heart and love, and I splurged it generously. And the last one, आसी गाजीपुरी का ये शेर, दिल दिया जिसने किसी को वो हुआ साहिबे दिल, हाथ आ जाती है खो देने से दौलत दिल की. One of our favorites, the approximate translation is, whoever gives away his heart, or her heart for that matter, right? Whoever gives away the heart actually becomes the master of the heart, because this is a treasure that you earn when you spend it. You have to spend it to earn it. So, the lover and the beloved for that matter, these are not foolish people, right? They are very wise people. And despite what it might seem on the surface, the lover will incur the loss of losing his heart, because he indeed does have the wisdom that in the long term, this loss of heart is going to give him the treasures of love. Now, some would say, well, if it is unrequited love, then it is a loss. Well, not really. As soon as love touches you, you are transformed. If it is reciprocated by the other person, then they are also transformed. But just because they don't reciprocate it doesn't mean that your transformation is going to stop. Love is an emotion that once it touches you, it transforms you, brings you closer to God, actually gets you closer to the image in which God has made you. It's a spiritual emotion, it's a spiritual experience, it's a spiritual feeling, right? Nobody can spoil it for you just by not reciprocating it. But if they reciprocate it, they also get to indulge in it. So ultimately, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal, yes, a very heavy, a very steep price to pay for it. Right? दिल तो जो खोता है सो खोता है. It is the grief and the pain and the misery that you might have to encounter. So it is a steep price. But then nothing good comes cheap or free, right? So the price has to be paid, but the treasures you get for it are worth it. Okay, so that takes care of बेफायदा क्या सोच, आखिर तू भी दाना है असद, दोस्ती नादां की है, जी का जिया हो जाएगा. That not only completes the couplet, but it completes the ghazal. And what that means is, next time we start ghazal 27. दर्द मिन्नत कशे दवा ना हुआ, मैं ना अच्छा हुआ, बुरा ना हुआ. Wow. yeah. So we look forward to starting the new ghazal next time. As always, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will look forward to your comments and feedback on it. For the new viewers, if strong recommendation, please access the episode Introduction to DGMZ, because that will give you a good insight into the motivation and inspiration behind the podcast. The homepage of the channel has playlists segregated by topics. Surf through them, pick the episode that interests you. Now, I'm going to end this episode by sending a lot of love and light to all you dear viewers, and thanks for watching.